Young bad girl, so young when we had conquered the world. There ain't a thing that I couldn't do when you're with me and I'm next to you. In this joy-filled friendship, every season of this life. Joy-filled friendship, with you by my side.
Welcome, everyone, to Joyful Friendship.
Hello.
I'm Arlen, and this is my friend Millicent.
Yes.
We're happy that you joined us. And we're just kind of sitting here talking about how we are so glad that we've always had relationships and friendships with each other's boyfriends and husbands. Meaning, when we were in college and what have you, my boyfriend was her friend, right? That he would talk to her and vice versa, as well as our husbands know each other. And I think that's good for several reasons. One particularly is that our husbands know, who we're hanging with. They know who our special friend is, and they know their characteristics and their propensities and what have you, and it makes them feel safe. Okay, if Arlen's with Millicent, then I know that they're good, and vice versa. I think that that's important, and it's just good to be able to have a friendship with each other's significant other. It's nothing like that.
Yeah,
Whether you
I
want to
agree.
do a double date or not. Like right now, we're here, and our husbands are in the other room watching the game.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So I think that when you have a very good friendship, one that is someone who's a best friend of yours. Now, I don't know if you have one or two or four best friends, but we talked last time about, what is a friend and how to consider someone as a best friend. But when you have that person in your life, it does feel good that their boyfriend or husband know how our friendship is.
Yeah.
It just feels really good that they know us, they know of us, they know about us, and we can all talk and hang out together, and it just be very healthy. So
It's actually healthier. It's actually healthier for the relationship too, because what happens is that you can have a really great best friend and enjoy her and everything, but if your boyfriend or your husband doesn't care for you to be hanging out with them, then that actually puts a strain on the friendship. More so if it's a husband. A boyfriend, you can, get rid of them anytime you want to. But a husband is more committed. And so when that happens, that's when it would kind of not necessarily put a strain on the relationship, but put a what is it, kind of pressure maybe?
it could
Is
be
that a good
yeah,
word?
it could be pressure,
Pressure, yeah.
and if it is at a boyfriend stage or fiance stage, if the boyfriend does not like your friend, it may be because they don't know about the friend. They don't know enough about the friend. They don't know, you know, that the friend is really someone who is very important to you. So my suggestion would be have them over. Have them over, your boyfriend and your best friend, and you guys just kind of hang out together so he can know her propensity, her personality, the characteristics that she has integrity, and then he'll appreciate her more. Right? Because a lot of times when a significant other do not like your friend, it's usually because they don't know that person. So they're just kind of thinking that the person is one way when they really aren't that way. So
That's true.
right. So just so that it wouldn't put a strain or pressure on your relationship, introduce them to your friend, to your best friend, so they can know what she's about and feel safe and feel like, okay, well, if they're together, I'm totally fine with that. Also, because sometimes, and we talked about when you have your boyfriends and you have your husbands, you still want to make some time for your best friend. You don't have to be with them all the time, but you don't have to ostracize them from your life because they are still part of your life. And as Melissa and I talked about, we don't talk every day.
No, we don't.
We don't hang out every day.
No.
But the next time that we have a conversation, it's like we pick up where we left off, and we love each other, right? But when we are together, that can be 8 hours of just.
That could be a length of time. And it's okay because you know what? It doesn't seem like it's that amount of time.
Right.
And the really great thing about it is that with us, we're blessed, and I'm more than sure we have a lot of viewers out there that are in the same position where the husbands aren't just like, okay, so you guys are still talking. When are you ready? I'm ready to go, and that type of thing. They actually allow us to go through our whole entire process.
She's absolutely right. And when she say allow us, she doesn't mean like give us permission. She means they're fine with it. They basically say, okay, they're going to brunch. We know they're not going to be home till 8:00 at night, so we're fine with that. And
Yeah.
and if they're together, then we know it's going to be hours. And so I think that's a safety factor as well, because if our husbands didn't know each other and we were together from 10 a.m. for brunch and we leave at 5 or 6, they'll be wondering why they're still together. What's going on?
What's going on?
Right.
What's
So
happening?
I think having your boyfriend, significant other, fiance, husband, be a part of the relationship in terms of be a friend with your friend. Get to know who your friend is. I think that's really important because it takes some pressure off. So if I say, hey, sweetheart, today Millicent's coming over and we're going to do X. And he's like, okay, well, I'll be upstairs or I'll be in the living room or what have you. But he's not going to say how long she's going to be here. Or, it's so I think that kind of helps to make the relationship even better. Your relationship with your significant other and with your friend, because neither of them will feel strained at that point.
Exactly. And then from there, it allows it to grow into the next stage, because before you had a friendship, you weren't married. Next stage, you have a friendship, your boyfriend. Next stage, you have a friendship and your marriage. And now your friendship is growing during the latter years with you having your significant other, your husband, or even your wife, because we're talking to guys as well. Now, if you're just trying to understand your wife's friendship, we can help you with that. But yeah, and it just continued to grow. And that's what I call different chapters or different layers of a friendship, which is really great.
Right.
To have someone like that.
I agree. One thing we talked about last time, we just kind of mentioned it. We talked about, Millicent was saying when we were in college, and she had a wonderful boyfriend. And he actually was. So I'm going to just elaborate a little bit. She's pointing because
she talked me into it. No.
So
I'm joking. We have this standing 30-year joke that I say she talked me into dating him. But it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
And what she said last time was that during the time that they had been dating, she and I didn't hang out at all, right? At all. And during that time, I met some other young ladies who lived in my dorm, so we started hanging out. But when they broke up, I did not ask her, or I did not ostracize her. I started including her again and that type of thing. So I think what's important is, well, a couple of things. One thing I told Millicent is that the reason why I did not have a problem with her hanging out with her boyfriend like that is because, first of all, I liked him for her. I mean, he was really good to her, and she was really happy.
Told you.
She was really happy.
She talked me into it.
And they had classes together. They did music together. I mean, everything that they were into, they were together. So they really couldn't help but be together, right? So I understood that. And I never blamed her whatsoever. So when that relationship was over, we just kind of picked up where we left off, and I just had two sets of friends. I had these friends, and I had Millicent, right? And so Millicent didn't look at it as, why do you also have those friends, and why you don't spend time with me? Because I don't even remember not spending time with you, actually.
Right. No.
Right? So, and I had, two separate sets of friends, all who knew each other, but I did not leave my other friends who I had, started developing relationships with.
Right.
Just to go back to Millicent, but I was able to include her. And I think it's so important that what we remember is, if Millicent is my friend, is a very good friend of mine, she's the best friend of mine, and I'm dating someone, that's another reason why my boyfriend should meet her, or my husband should meet her, is because I want to still be able to go to dinner with Millicent sometimes, or go to lunch with her sometimes, or go hang out with her sometimes. Bringing my significant other into the fold, him understanding I had a life before we met, and this is one of my very good girlfriends. This is my best friend. I'm still gonna hang out with her from time to time. He'll be okay with that, as opposed to, you now have your boyfriend, your fiance, what have you, and all of your time is with that person, and you're never spending any time with me at all. You don't really call me. You don't really, you don't check in with me. We don't once every 6 months or once a year get together, go to lunch. Then to me, that's more ostracizing, and I don't think that you have to be that way. There's a way to have it all inclusive. Now, you don't have to spend a whole lot of times with your girlfriends or your female friends. Back in the day, we called them girlfriends. It wasn't sexual. I know these days they don't say girlfriends. But you don't have to spend a whole lot of times with your female friends who are important to you. But you can still make them know that you still love them, that they're still a very important part of your life by once a year having lunch, right? Call them from time to time to see how they're doing, to check in, only because they want to also know that you didn't forget about them.
Right.
So if you can build that in, and I think you have to do it at the very beginning, though. Do it at the very beginning. You can't be with someone for a year and all of a sudden say, oh, I have a friend named Arlen. I never told you about her, but once in a while we go to lunch, and he's going to be like, who's Arlen? Well, you haven't gone to lunch with her in the last year. Well, all of a sudden it's someone new. So just to keep the flow going, to make it easier on both levels, for your friend who was important to you before you got that person in your life.
You're my girl, so young when we had conquered the world. There ain't a thing that I couldn't do when you're with me and I'm next to you. Joy-filled friendship, every season of this life. Joy-filled friendship, with you by my side.